Hi, my name is Emily Persephone. I'm going to be a senior this year at Wimberley High School, and this summer I traveled to Italy for the Lions Youth Exchange program. I stayed in the northern part of Italy in the Milan area, and for the Lions camp I traveled to the Northern Alps on the border of Switzerland and a town called Bormio, where I stayed with 13 other kids from all different countries. While I was in Bormio, I was in the mountains every single day in the Alps, and it was so beautiful. I mean, just different scenery every day, just wildlife, nature, just all around us. And in the Milan area, we got to see the Duomo, which is the Cathedral of Milan, which is one of the most incredible churches that I'll ever get the chance to see. I can't express how grateful I am to the Lions Club, especially John Estep, Bill Hull, and Linnea Bailey. I mean, all of you gave me the opportunity, that you sent me here, you allowed me to meet some of the most incredible people. I want to give this opportunity to other people like you gave the opportunity to me.
My name is Audrey Marlin, and I stayed in Smorum, Denmark, a small town about 15 minutes outside of Copenhagen. A couple times a week, my host family and I would go in and we would kind of explore the city. And Denmark, especially Copenhagen, they have a lot of very new and innovative architecture. There's so much culture and it's so vibrant just walking around. You don't even have to go into any of the museums to enjoy it and have a good time. But fortunately, we were able to see the Royal Palace and see some contemporary art museums and look at the Symphony Hall. The Danes, they're some of the nicest people I think I've ever met. They're so generous and engaging. Well, I'd like to thank the whole Lions Club on giving me this wonderful opportunity to see one of the most incredible cities in the world and one of the most incredible countries in the world. It's been a dream of mine to visit the Baltic countries, and so I've been dreaming about visiting Copenhagen my entire life, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without the Lions Club. Thank you very much for exposing me to this wonderful culture. I would never have given up this experience for anything in the world.
My name is Zachary Bo Duke, and I went to Hungary for my Lions Club exchange. I spent 4.5 weeks in Hungary, with 2 weeks with my host family and then 13 days at the camp. We had a lot of parties, and we went to Budapest and explored around and went to all the castles and natural caverns. We did a lot of sports, and it was very hot the entire 4 weeks I was there. Very different than the US and very different than my previous Lions camp, because it's much more, there's a lot of post-communism or post-Soviet Union buildings, and it is a little less wealthy and well-to-do, but it's still very nice and the people are very friendly. And Hungarian is very difficult to learn and sounds very strange. I just want to say thank you to the Lions Wimberley Club for sponsoring me to go to Hungary. It was an amazing experience. I also want to thank Mr. Hull and Mr. Steps for helping me and sponsoring me and helping with all the paperwork and all the logistical stuff that is very hard. And so again, thank you very much for sponsoring me.
My name is Hannah McQuistion. At the end of this summer, I just completed my junior year of high school, and I was staying in a small town called Aversa in southern Italy. So there were beautiful buildings, beautiful people, and how charming my little town was. In the camp, we had people from maybe 10 different countries, and we had Austria, Czech Republic, Denmark, Turkey, Finland, Taiwan, United States. My best friends at the camp, I think, were a girl from Turkey, a boy from Austria, and a girl from Norway. This was life-changing, I can already tell. It's broadened my conception of the whole world and shown me that there's so much more out there than what we see every day. Thank you so much, okay? You have changed my life.
My name is Kate Brooke Davidson, and I spent my exchange this summer in Istanbul, Turkey. I had a really amazing time. I had a really amazing host family that I bonded with a lot, and a huge camp with a lot of crazy people from all over the world, where we became kind of a big international family again. I really want to thank the Lions Club for sponsoring me these past 2 summers for these past 2 exchanges. They've really been life-changing, and I've made so many relationships that have just, I know it's redundant, but completely changed my life, and I really can't thank the Lions Club enough for this opportunity. So really, again, thank you.
My name is Brandon Baca, and I went to Finland. With the host family, we did pretty much everything. They took me up north, and I got to see like the more mountainous Lapland and reindeer. And we also went to islands in the archipelago and to a bunch of cities, including Helsinki. And they took me around, so I got to see pretty much everything the city has to offer. And with the camp, we also hung out a lot at the place where we stayed on the lake. And we hiked one day and went camping, and we went on multiple trips to see things in the city, such as the university. So we did pretty much everything you could think of. You get to meet so many people. Like, I've met so many people from all around the world that are honestly going to be friends for life. And not only do you get to meet these wonderful people, but when you go to a country, you get to learn what it's actually like to live there. I'd like to thank the Lions for giving me this wonderful opportunity. It really has been a life-changing experience.
Hi, my name is Katie Snyder, and this summer I went to Austria. I first landed in Innsbruck, and my host father picked me up from Innsbruck. We went straight to Salzburg. We started off the day probably 5 hours of sleep within the last 3 days, and we explored the city of Salzburg. We went on the Sound of Music tour, all kind of the typical Salzburg tourist activities, but it was great. It was so much fun. There was mountains everywhere you turn around. It was just, my host families were so nice. We had some days where we just relaxed at home, some where we went out, but there was always hiking. That was kind of the big thing. You could go mountain biking or climbing or take cable cars or trains or anything, but it was, oh my gosh, so cool. Can't thank you enough, Wimberley Lions Club. It was the best experience of my life. It was so generous, and I'm never going to forget it.